Wow, I was like really nervous. All of a sudden, like inside my head, I can sort of control it a little bit. It's so much fun, but there's so much energy and so many areas I can dip and dive within into. You know what I'm saying? Hey guys, what's happening? Can we have a good time? Should I be serious and go, yeah, it's deep into the book. We have reached the middle of the pie. Sherlock Holmes is on the stairs. What's going on as the Pink Panther walks on by? James Bond is in the area, and Clint Eastwood is going to keep it all even. But don't forget John Wayne, Jack of creation. He always had the right move, that guy, right? He was out there in the actually he was probably like of all these guys who were in the westerns, you know what? He played like one of the best really in between roles. I mean, Clint Eastwood was fantastic and great. He had his scenario, but it seems like John Wayne, it was just like a little bit more out there into the western style. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. I came on here to make a video, and the reason I came on a little earlier before I began to prepare to say something, because this is one of those videos you might stop now because I have nothing prepared except for a little tiny thing, a question somebody asked me, and I'm probably going to drop this in his mailbox because I just don't want to write it down so he won't understand it because, hello. As to date, on the record, I've gotten many likes. Most of my unlikes were because of my choices, and that was Ron Paul. You see, to Ron Paul, I'm getting, I'm getting 35 to 9. 35 like, 9 against. But you know what? That just to have the 9 against, why? They dislike you, but they don't tell you why. I need to know why. What is my problem? If I can't correct my problem, you can't vote for me. Isn't that correct? Give us both a chance. Tell me why I'm wrong. We'll discuss it. We'll play it out between me and you. We got to figure out, get all these guys who are against me, get them together, and they got to say, are you really against me? What are you against that he's against? And let's sit down and discuss it. I want to explain to you how it works, how it's worked in the past, and if you play the law of averages like you play the stock market, it'll be the same in the future because everything has been. From when Jesus was inside in Rome and he tippled over whatever it was in Jerusalem, they hung him on the cross. Okay, that's right, he had to die. He had to split all these religions up because he knew if you get a lot of small groups together, you have a lot of close-knit unity. You usually don't get together with 6 friends. With one of the friends is really doesn't like you. You know, most of the time they won't show up. So you really know who your friends are in the small groups. But when you bring a big church together, you can get smaller groups within the church. And that's why a minyan is 10. Okay, 10 plus the rabbi is 11. But a minyan really shouldn't be less than 16. I mean, there's never enough men, right? Making up for creation of man. I say there should be one for every number that exists upon creation of man, and that is 3 all the way to 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7 and 5 is 12, and 6 is 18. Hi. Hi, how are you? Learn to meet you. Learn to meet you. Learn the numbers, how they connect. It doesn't matter where you insert the numbers. If the proper definition is upon the number, you will find it in the Bible. All the time. Do you know why? Because you can't stay closed-minded when you're reading. I mean, if you stay closed-minded when you're reading and they say God shoved his fingers up the man's nose, you didn't see God shove his fingers up this man's nose, right? So now you're sort of using your imaginations, what you believe it meant. Well, you have to do the same thing for me. For what you believe I mean. Find it a good reason, not the ugly reason. What does he mean by that? Look at it as he's going to mean something good, so what can I figure out of the goodness of what he means? And then you want to have fun and you don't like me? Figure out what I'm saying is no good and figure out a reason why it's no good. Figure out why it's good and why it's no good, then decide. And when it's no good, you have to understand twice. Why is it no good? Because if you agree with the first one, you shouldn't always agree with all the others. Do you know why? Because in baseball, it's usually the best of 7 So at least give it a couple of tries, just like they do when you gamble on your sports and you bet the series and you're losing 3 games to none, but so happens that there's 7 games. Now you're with me, right? Because they gave you the more games. Lucky for you, you end up having a chance to win the series now, as you just won 2 more in a row. Who knows more than who? You got to understand, any man that's going to come out there and explain himself for whichever reason whichever side he takes, as long as he deals with the question in hand and gives you a valid value to the words he speaks, to have a value inside where you can say, is it fantastic? He's going to help the people. It's okay. He might help the people. I'm not so sure. Or this is terrible. You see how many sides? There's like 3 sides for the high, then one in the middle, and then one the bad. 3-1 on the good side. What happened? We walk into a courtroom. It's 1 against 10. We got a minion every time. Never miss a minion in the courtroom, eh? Then they want to bargain at you before it starts. You forget to pay. You pay triple the amount. Why didn't you pick up community chess instead of picking up the chance card? Always in trouble. Watch out, okay? And don't go to Oriental. It's the 6th move. And watch out for the Chinese, because the Chinese, the Asian people, my friends, don't you see? They own the Baltic. They own the deadline negative back from the Mediterranean. They are Oriental, the 6th part of the first 6 moves of Monopoly, in which the 1st and 3rd, 1 spirit and 3 creation, which is the Mediterranean and the Baltic, all connect up to 6. 1, 3 creates 4. The angle connected to 6 makes 10 man. He's in the jail. He's got a total of 10. He's right into jail. Perfect move with the Oriental. So you don't think they're connected under the ground? Something's wrong out there anyways, because somebody made notice to me that people are getting underpaid and overworked and being abused down somewhere in the Asian areas, and I'm not happy. And my thought is like this. If there's a 3rd world war, it's a war of corrections. Because when you stand up 3 sticks for 3 world war, right? You stand up 3 sticks, right? Because you're allowed. And we're going to put the roof on it. You put the roof on it, the guide stones, okay, the man in the middle. Because there's going to be an opposition, right? One side and one side. The 1 spirit, which is complete opposition, and the 3 creation, the one who commands on this planet. In between is the energy in between. Who's going to win the nothing? It's all about nothing. It's who's going to win in between here. What's in between my 2 hands but my face? We win the freedom, because in war, that's all you get. Either you're dead and you have no freedom, or you're alive and you're able to do, I can't believe. I can't believe. Now I feel it. Freedom, it's a love. Oh my God. No one telling me, my neighbor, hey neighbor, oh, freedom. Where you can look at a cop and go up to the cop, put your hand over his back and go, what's going on? You see, if everybody had money and we figured out how this money thing works, people would understand. We'd have so many less people stealing, but yet we still run into a problem. The mind wants something. It needs alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, poppy seeds, or it needs a desire to fulfill sexually. Oh, it needs a desire to run and to jog and to feel great in one side, in oneself. To win your own self is to feel great within. So we're always needing. And then if we don't know how to get these needs within, we go ahead and we do things for nothing. Stupid things, making jokes, throwing rocks at cars, and putting your finger in the air at people, and swearing at people, and fighting. And all of a sudden, what we were going to do, we got police to stand beside us. Instead of one courthouse and one man, we now had police all over the place fighting because we disrupted the peace of the others, separating us within time. Almost calling from the beginning of love to the split separation is like a big bang. We are no more together, not because we actually hate each other, because we're stupid. We are stupid. That's what it is. We're just stupid. That's all. Stupid. How much more can we be? We're stupid. The space in between is the land. The land is alone, just like your body is alone, just like you're not even here. We're in the game. We connected these two connectors, bunny ears, energizer, into this blue world. We're here. My skin is skin because that's what they told me it is. If you would have told me that this was actually metal, and the reason it's pliable because it's flexible. It's a flexible metal. If that's what I was taught, I would know my hand is like a plastic or a metal that's flexible. And there's little animals inside that are holding your skin together and around your little nerves and tendons and other little squiggy things that are into your mind and zooming around and coming out and helping you speak some words from somebody else that he decided that you should say, because your earth mind also has a way here, because they have to work together. It's almost like, you know, when you're playing your Nintendo and the man is running around and doing stuff every time you move the manette, the shift. But the secondary part of the new kinds of Nintendo is when you're not even moving the man and you have decided to turn around and look at your sister's girlfriend, right, for 2 seconds. Your man is in the game. He can get killed while you're looking under her dress. But in the game God created in the blue world, while you're looking under her dress, I am the robot you're controlling, and God gave me the free will of spirit to feel the electronics and everything else that's going on around me from without your interference from touching the manette. And I will decide on the next move. If somebody comes to get me, I'll shoot them. After you're finished looking under her dress after 5 minutes and come back and see everybody's dead, you'll tell me I'm the man that did good on his own. Man's survival is his intuition of his libertarian mind to always make the right move. Not necessarily that he has to make the right move, but is necessary to make the right move for the situation that is best for all that surrounds him. The background. There was somebody that asked me about their birthday, and I did a little video just before this, and I'm going to do a little bit of a video of this. And he told me his birthday was the 6th of the 12th, 1973. And I don't know if that's the 6th of December or June 12th, but I'm going to take it as the 6th of December. And what's very funny about his birthday is it matches exactly with my son's. 6 upside down is 9. December is the same thing. But wait, one is in 1973 and the other one is 1991. And I'm going to show you how 1993 equals 1991. Okay? I hope I can do it. Okay. Unprepared but pre-written. Never really thought of, but I was too nervous. Couldn't keep writing. My bipolar wanted me to get online and empty out what I had to say, because after I'm empty, I feel great again. But before we get to that, we didn't finish with the World War III. This would end up to be the pi. The line goes underneath in front of it, right? You know when you mark pi, there's a line on the bottom. No, like this is pi, like this is 3, right? But the ground is the bottom. This is us sticks in the ground, basically. 1, 1, 1. All individual. 3 parts. Only one part can win. Does anybody know which part has to win? The one in the middle has to win. Only the one in the middle has to win. None of these two have to win. But this one here. Because once this one here, okay, this is the beta world. These are 2 odd numbers. Once she wins over here, she wins the interior odd numbers of this world, in which are 1 and predomined by the number 1. So now what I'm going to look back to my other thing is December 6th, okay, is this year is the 336th day of the year, if I'm correct. This year, it is the command of Christ, of man, and Christ. 33 and 6, 3 plus 3 is 6 and 6. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3, 3, 3, 3. Command create of the Christ, of the creation of the man of the Christ. This year, 3, 6, 9, 12. 2012. 1973. 1973 equals 20. 2012. Another thing to go along with this is 19, okay, or 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 3, okay, equals 20, okay, plus the 6th day is 26, and 1 and 2 equals 3 is a single digit. Add it for the number to the 6 is 1 plus 2 is 3, 6 plus 3 is 9. We get 29, which is today, the 92nd day, and today can only be if February was a leap year and had February 29 days in it. 2 and 9 equals 11, and all these 11s is man's mind, because today is 4114. Today is one part of 4114, April 1st, 4 and 1, 4114, 5 pass. 4 and 1 is 5, and 14 is the N letter. It's 9 more than the E letter, and you have the I pass for the birth today, and that's why it's the Journée de Poisson de Jésus. So the other thing for this guy's birthday is this over here, 1973. So I go 1 to 9, over to 7, and up to 3. I have an open, upside down X. There's a support connecting the 7, the gates of the 9 world, okay, into the 5 world. 1 and 3 is 4, 7 and 9 is 16 is 20. 20 plus 50 plus 18 is 33. 33, the house of Christ. That's what it comes out to. 6 and 12, 6th letter, 12th letter, FL, free life. Man versus queen. 12th card, number 6. Creation. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 and 6 is 9, meaning birth. Or 36 or 63 is a creation of man, and 63 is created by Trinity of you, because it's the W, the 2 of me, okay, and the 1, which is 3-letter U's, 21st value equaling to 63. And 63 the same way is alpha beta, and 63 the same way is 9 birth, and 63 or 1963, the one spirit of the sixth man of creation. 1963, 10 years before 1973, which means this young man is now 10 years old and has picked up now his second digit of life in the years of 10, 11, and 12 years old. Because there's a double function in our life, okay? When you're born, you're 0 to 359 days. You hit that first year, you're only a year old. The year is done, but you're going into the second year. But on the calendar, okay, when we start 2012, it's because 2012 have been done. Wrong. 2011 have been done. You're starting on 2012. So it's like one is on top of it, one follows a year behind. Anyways, 1973 is because it covers all the 4 corners. It is the connection of that world. The month is pretty exact because it's the month of man, the birth of man, and it starts basically on the 6th because everything under the 6th is almost like the stilts and the girders and the nails and everything inside are the bricks, building everything up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why the first 5 days of October are unlucky, because October is all about Jack. All about Jack. If I haven't said it before, the Queen card, check, she all has flowers. One of the flowers of the 4 cards are not the same. 2 of the Jacks only have 1 eye, 1 King has 1 eye, but all the Queens have 2 eyes. because there's two eyes for every world. There's two parts of 22, 44, 66, and 88 have all direct meanings in this world. All doubles, all have two eyes. But it's not the same with God, because the diamond only has one eye, because on the diamond spirit, he has one eye in this world and he has one eye in the other world. So that's why three of the kings have two eyes, but one of the kings only has one eye. Raphael 7286. Have I said everything I had to say? You ever see the bamboo? The bamboo sort of connects in here. Here's the letter I, and this bamboo connects here. It's just a bunch of, like a chain of intertwining and connecting and turning. Anyways, what I just want to say now is this is the first month that's free. It's the fourth month. The fourth month to the ninth month does not repeat at all. Okay, the only way to repeat the fourth month is to have the first month and the third month, January and March, create the month of April. 4. Does any other month do that? No, not unless you put 2 and 2 February together. And if you do that, okay, F and F, it means 6 and 6. It's 6 islands and 6 islands. And 6 islands on your dice cube, okay, means 2 worlds. And already the passage behind is a connector. So there's now life. So that's why the numbers is the way it is. And I forgot what I exactly said, but I know what I exactly mean. So we're in the month of April now, and that is the way you get 4. Now when you reach 5, we all know on the dice cube, it is 1 and 4, or 2 and 3 make 5 on the dice cube. 1 means a secondary part of creation. Something into effect is going to go on because it is an odd number, and an odd number means an action number. It means something is going to go on that already started in the month of March, because that was another action number that also has been talked about in December of last year, because that was the last action number. So now we say May is 2 and 3 and 1 and 4, and we all know 1 and 4 and 4 and 1 opposite on the dice are 36, 36, or 3663, which is a creation of 2 parts, one part of one side and one part of another side, with them in between trying to do something. It is that way because that's the way it is on the dice. I do not make it up. I only create the story I vision within. We come into the month of June right now, and everybody knows June is the month of man. It is almost what they say, the in-between month between the first 6 months and the last 6 months of the year. It is the month that will connect the last 6 months of the 7th month, July, to the rest of the year. So therefore 6 and 7 are together, and they make up the total of 13 in 12 months, but 13 moons is what they represent from one side and the other side. What else was there? So then we have June, and as we make June with a 1 spirit, and the 5 we have is the 4 angle spirit of 1 is the 5 dice. So it is man in this world presenting himself with spirit and the 5 angle being 6 man. 1 and 5 is 6, 2 and 4 is 6, 3 and 3 is 6. The reason, and one of the reasons why 3 and 3 is 6, because 1 and 2 and 2 and 1 make 3 and 3. Command and create from both sides of the dice, turning together to create the E-world, in which is put together. The E-world are the fingers, the 3 fingers that 2 of them are stable and 1 of them moves. Short sticks and long sticks. Short sticks are the I without the dot, and the long sticks are the L that are not capitalized, the small L's. Short sticks and long sticks. So now we're into June, and we used up these numbers. 2 and 4 that made 6 were a representation of the 2 beta world, the 4 angle that connect together to make the 6 man, and that's the north side, okay, of the thinking, upward. Okay, we also have 4 and 6 and 8 downward, but we have 4, 6, and 2 upward in that world. So 2, 4, 6 go upward, and they are your mind. Although 4, 6, and 8 is also your mind, but it's the negative mind, it's the heaven mind, okay, the soul mind. It could be configured both ways, but we're going to leave it at that for now. So anyways, we had 1 and 5 also, which we know that if we take 5 and 1. The 1 becomes a 6, the 5 becomes a 2. We have 2 and 6 or 6 and 2, and that represents the queen. So right away we know a direct number represents the queen. The number 2 and 6 also is the number for card. The 2 and 6 I think is also a number for dog, god, and game. They all tell you the same thing in the same area. Hey, I'm the god dog, and I'm here for the game between the gods, between the higher game and the lower game. So all these numbers are 26 and 62. And opposites of 26 and 62 on the dice are 50. 62 is 51. Area 51 and 62, I guess, go together. The Queen's Haven. I don't know why. From the beginning of the beginning, I know I'm still in June. From the beginning of the time that this all started within me, something was about the Queen and something was about the Pope, and I had all these intuitions about things. I didn't know why, and I still really don't know why. I really don't. And no, actually, I sort of do, but I'm not happy with my choice. Because you see, for some reason, the goodness in me says I never saw the Queen do bad, even if I believe that Diane was an inside job, you know? You know, oh, that's my cat. She's calling. Christ is coming, my friend. Christ is coming. It is okay, my friend. You ever hear a cat do that? Wow. Anyways, the other thing for that is how significant would it be, okay, if I showed you that, where is it? Here. Cat and dog. Dog 26, cat 24, dog area 51, cat 35. Okay, this is your 50. This is your 50. This is 104. 104 means the battle of life. Why? Because in the game of war, the total number count in one suit is 104. In order to get the answers for every question that we have to look into the games that were created. It's a lot easier to start looking into everything that's already here than to start creating it on its own, because eventually, once we understand how it comes within our own minds and we open up our minds, we shall see a lot easier that the answers are right in front of us. We can see the move of the next gentleman. It's your move, your bomb, or mine. Raphael 7286. Russia, this is what I have to say, okay? I don't understand. I heard that the Chinese or the Asian people, sorry, Philippines, or I don't know what it is, it doesn't matter, around there, one of them is like a big dictatorship and paying their people nothing. Okay, now if these people jump with the U.S., okay, that's okay. But they have to know that if they go with the U.S., he's going to lose this dictatorship because it's New World Order. Well, not U.S., but a universal nation. U.S., USN, Universal Nation Spirit. Okay, so if the Chinese go with the Universal Nation Spirit, okay, this Universal Nation Spirit wants to take over everything, so they're going to knock him out at the end. Okay, now if they go with the Russians, they know at the end what's going to happen is the Russians are going to see what it's all about and why it's no good that society can't be this way anymore, and they're going to say, you know what, we're going to put everything into, yes, a new world order, or yes, peace is going to come out. Peace will come, but no matter what, those who are hostage now to life, okay, no matter where you are in Asia or anywhere else in the world, even those that have been nullified down in Brazil, which I'm a little skeptical about, in Africa, which I'm skeptical about, you know. So all these places, everything will be justified because that's the way it ends in the book, right? Common sense, isn't that what it is? Common sense. At the end of the story, we find out the true answer. But in order for us to be alive today, we already know the true answer is liberty won, because we're here. If liberty didn't win, you wouldn't be hearing one word that I would be speaking at any time, at any point in history. You never saw me. You don't know who I am. You've never seen a computer before. You don't have a computer. Your lights are not on because you have no lights, and it's cold in your house because it's cold everywhere all the time. You are wearing the same shirt, the same pants, the same underwear, the same socks for the last 3 weeks. There's 19 people in the same house that's actually the size of a garage. They come around once a week to give you a little food on your plate. In all actuality, you're not in jail, but you're subject to that kind of world. And that is over, my friends. Ron Paul will end it. And if Ron Paul doesn't end it, okay, this would be the best end to Armageddon in history. Because if Ron Paul doesn't do anything he says, then we're definitely doomed. And you know what that means? When man knows he's doomed, he reverts to the secondary law. He becomes the animal that is hunted. He becomes the most significant part of the reason why I've been telling you for months and months that we are the pack of wolves. Because when true man comes, he becomes his pack of wolves. And from below and beyond and above and in the hills and in through desert storm, the wolf packs connect, unknown and anonymous to each other. Good makes a good word travel, but when it's evil, it must always be a secret, because mostly 80% is against evil. So one of every 4 people are going to tell the secret. And we even know it's less than that. It's only at 10%. Okay? So whatever it is, we are bound for the future. The Kentucky Derby comes. I was watching something on TV about horses, and the next movie, how they shot a horse, and I thought it was disgusting. The first thing I said, oh my God, the Kentucky Derby. The brain, K-E-N, chicken, Kentucky Derby. Oh my God. And then the Olympics. I hope not. And I don't want to see anything happen, but if I don't mention any of this, then they're going to say, where were you, Mrtacpans? Why didn't you tell us before? This is only an intuition upon the visions of my views upon other videos that I have watched. Based on my own intuition and my own answers from my own thoughts within my own mind upon my own decisions, based on my own judgment, thinking whether or not my judgment was one-sided or not. This is what brought upon these answers to these basic thoughts of the mystery to come. Raphael 7286. Ron Paul, let's take it one step higher. We need to take it one step higher. What do you suggest we do in order to make sure our numbers show somewhere online so that we can see the traffic passing on through? And just passing on through once a day, opening the site and shutting the site, just tells us somebody else passed. We don't need the true figures. We just need to know the hearts are still out there, that we're not alone, that takes the names from all over. We want to know from all over the world. And if they want to jam us, we'll know. We'll know how they can jam us. You'll figure something else. It'll be simple. Probably take a half hour to set the whole thing up. Bing bang. Just let's get it out there, you know. Time to unite, my friends. Time to unite. Do not give me a baseball bat. I might swing and miss at the first pitch. Do not throw a ball, as I am not looking for my judgment to come out of the air. Slide on over, Rover. Mrtacpans is our 4-leaf clover, 7286.